Yo, what's up, my high value bros? Hey, so today's video is the cheat code to being a high value man, right? Now, in all of my videos, I talk about and I identify what it means to be a high value man, which is basically, having your shit together, having looks, money, status, having muscles and having money and things like that or whatnot, working on your goals, your ambition, your focus, your mission, your purpose, etc. Staying in the gym, blah, blah, blah. Whoop-de-woo, right? I also identified a study in another video I talked about where it says, according to a study, what women want. What do attractive women want in a high value man, which is basically good genes, economic investments, good parenting proclivities, and just being a virtuous kind of guy, being loyal and committed and shit like that, right? So those are all good and great qualities of being a high value man, but that doesn't really identify you as a man. Those are just tangible things. You see what I'm saying? Like, you have to be a high value man no matter what your circumstances are, because let's say you got all the muscles. Let's say you got all the money. Let's say, you got the car. Let's say you have, the status. Let's say you're a millionaire. Let's say you are actually, a pharaoh. I'm sorry, not a pharaoh. Let's say you are a movie star or something like that. Let's say you are a CEO. You know what I mean? Let's say you are driving a Lamborghini. Let's say you do have a yacht and shit like that, right? Those are all tangible things, okay? Let's say you do have a 7-figure salary, from your investments and passive income and shit like that. Let's just say you got it all, bro. You just got it all and everything is going your fucking way. But guess what? Life throws you curveballs, right? Life throws you curveballs. And, sometimes you could crash. Even Donald Trump, I think he went bankrupt, at least 3 or 4 times in his life. You see what I'm saying? But when you're a high value man, you're going to bounce back. So, the reason why I mention that is because you don't want to rely on these possessions, to give you the confidence, but it will give you the confidence to be a high value man. You see what I'm saying? You can lose all that shit. You can get into an accident and then now you fucked up. You're not able-bodied anymore, but are you still going to be high value? So what I'm saying is, it's not something that's tangible, although those tangibles do contribute to you being high value, but that can't be just it. The cheat code to being a high value man actually is all right here. It's all in the mind. It is a mindset. You see what I'm saying? You got to have it here first. You feel me? And this would explain the phenomenon of why you see like broke dudes, Pookie, Ray Ray and them or whatever, in the hood, stand, with moms or their grandma or whatever, don't have a job, don't have a license to do shit, don't have a certificate, motherfucker don't even have a college degree, let alone a high school diploma, don't have a whip, but they're always fresh, you know what I'm saying? They're always fresh, they dress nice or whatever, they got the swag or whatnot, and they always seem to have a woman with them. A nice little, a little cutie. She might be a little hoochie. She's not going to be a high quality, a high value one, but hey, he got like one of the baddest round-the-way girls, project girls or whatever in the hood. He got the baddest little baddie with him, you know what I'm saying? How is it that these guys are still pulling women? How is it that these guys are still attracting women? Because it's right here. It's all a mindset. Remember, I keep telling you that your brain is a transmitter. Also, it is a receiver. Your thoughts become things. What you think about brings about. You know what I'm saying? If you can see it here, you will hold it here. Just like your boy Bob Proctor said in The Secret. The laws of attraction. Things of that nature. And it's real, bro. The law of correspondence, the law of exchange. You got to give something to receive something. You see what I'm saying? So when you have a thought and it is emitted from your brain out into the universe in the form of a radio wave, it goes out there and the universe is listening, man. Like your brain cannot, well, when I say your brain, I'm talking about your subconscious. It cannot differentiate between what is reality and what is perceived reality. So even though, let's say you may have dreamt the night before, your brain is gonna see that as an actual experience. You see what I'm saying? So this is why your dreams really seem real, because they are fucking real. You know what I mean? Just to drop a little bit, a metaphysics on you, we are infinite beings. We're light beings that's inhabiting this body. You know what I'm saying? This avatar. So we're basically having a human experience. You see what I'm saying? But we exist beyond this body. So when you're dreaming, you're actually out in the ethers, in a different realm, experience life in another dimension. And this is why when you come back and you awaken, you're like, oh shit, man, that dream felt real as fuck. Well, it was, because your brain cannot differentiate the two. So why am I sharing this with you? I'm sharing this with you because if you think and feel and know that you're a high value man in your mind, guess what you're going to manifest in your reality? Exactly. All your dreams, all your goals, as long as you take radical action towards them, as long as you move toward that. You see what I'm saying? So the cheat codes are this. Number one, you got to have knowledge of self. And I just dropped a little bit on you, right? You have to see in your mind, right? If you close your eyes and imagine, you can still see, right? Although your two physical eyes are closed. So that's proof that your pineal gland, which is, is one of the glands or one of the meridians or chi energy or chakra energy in your higher self, right? You have your root, your sacral, you have your navel, which is your willpower, you have your heart, you have your throat chakra, then you have your third eye, which is your pineal gland, and then you have the crown chakra, right? So here you're in your higher self. So when you can see something in your mind, you see yourself. This is talking about knowledge of self, right? This is item number one. You got knowledge of self. So when you start to see yourself for who you truly are, right? You're not just this body. You're not just this man. Like, you are an infinite being with infinite possibilities. Like, basically, you're godlike. You are a god. You are an extension of the Creator. The Creator created you, right? And if we're made in the Creator's image, that makes us a god as well. You know what I'm saying? Even the Bible and other religious books will tell you that you are God. So I don't want to get too, religious and philosophical, but I want you guys to understand just how powerful you fucking truly are. You see what I'm saying? You gotta think beyond the physical. You gotta think beyond what society has told you that you are. That you just this guy, and you're supposed to just go to school. You know what I'm saying? Get an education, get a job, work that bitch for 40 years, and then fucking die. After you retire, and then just wait to die. What kind of life is that? That ain't shit. Get married, have children, have one fucking wife, and that's that. You know what I mean? If you want to subscribe to that life, if you want to subscribe to that script, then go ahead. You know what I'm saying? But if you really want to live life like you came here to do, then you need to, go beyond that. Expand your mind and see yourself for who you truly are. And really start to say, man, hey, man, I came here to be great. I came here to be awesome, because you are. I know I'm fucking awesome. I'm a king. I'm a god. Listen, man, your ancestors, right? Let me tell you, they built pyramids, bro. Your ancestors built pyramids. You see what I'm saying? Started civilizations, and not just over in ancient Egypt and Kemet and Africa and things like that. We colonized the world. We're like one of the first people on the planet. You see what I'm saying? We had already colonized the globe. You know what I mean? So everything that you think you know is a lie, basically. But once you have knowledge of self and you realize who you really truly fucking are, you know that you truly are a king. You know that you really have value. You know what I mean? So, having said all that, when you truly have knowledge of self, you can walk around esteemed, because shit, my ancient ancestors, and I have lineage of this, right? Throughout the whole African diaspora, even though that we have been tainted with chattel slavery and bullshit like that. But once you free your mind and really understand what you're about and who you're about, and where you came from, you see what I'm saying? You really see yourself as a motherfucking king, a god, a pharaoh. This is why I put on my book cover, King Menkaure. He built one of the pyramids at Giza in ancient Egypt. You see what I'm saying? You have that kind of power. You have that kind of lineage. You know what I mean? Like, you're fucking royalty. So with that said, bro, that's a cheat code. So when you know this about yourself as a man, in this world, in this false matrix, this bullshit that we're living in, how in the fuck could you subscribe to that? You know what I mean? How you gonna let a female, a woman, tell you anything less? You know what I mean? If you look at lion society, like I also see myself as a lion king, right? A lion, he's a king of his territory, right? He's got his pride, right? And in his pride, he's got several lionesses that orbit him, right? That he serves to protect. Because remember, I told you an African proverb is that the highest calling of a man is to protect woman so she can walk the earth unharmed, right? And the lowest calling of a man, for all you sickos, lames, and beta males and omega males and, you know, just fuck boys, right? It says the lowest calling of a man is to ambush a woman, right? And force his way into her life. So that's all you stalking ass niggas and chasing ass niggas and you know, you just disrespectful ass incubus, lustful ass niggas. Fuck y'all. Right? You gotta kill that part of yourself. But anyway, let me digress. When you have this type of knowledge of yourself, guys, you know, you can't help but to walk around with your chest up, man, and, you know, your chin up and just feeling good about yourself, man. You start smelling yourself, right? You know what I'm saying? Because if you want a high quality woman, you want the baddest chicks, you know, you want the chicks that are successful and they look good, they sexy and they eat right and they do yoga and they line up with you, you know, spiritually, mentally, and physically. They're a complement to your life. They add value to your life, right? They help you build your empire. They help you build your business. They're a complement to it, right? They cheer you along, right? They're worthy of having your children. Because remember, the women are the creators, right? They're the goddesses. They're the creators, but you're the progenitor, right? You're the progenitor of life because you spark it off. You see what I'm saying? Like, we have the genetic material to carry on our lineage. You see what I'm saying? So with that said, how could you not see yourself as a king, bro? You know what I'm saying? As a high value man. This is what I'm talking about. This is the mindset you got to have when you're dealing with these women, bro. So you can't be dealing with these low hanging fruit women, these Suki Hana, you know what I'm saying, Megan Thee Stallion, Cardi B types or whatever. You know, yeah, they low hanging fruit or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? They think they got all the power. They're very solipsistic. They're very narcissistic. They think it's all about them. It's all about me. They toxic as hell, and you niggas chase them. You know what I'm saying? You niggas blow up their head. You blow up their phone. You treat them like a celebrity. Motherfucking, you subscribe to their OnlyFans. You all in their inbox, and you validate them with compliments and likes and all this other kind of shit. You paying them in a transactional way to have sex with them. This is what I'm talking about. You see what I'm saying? But when you see yourself for who you truly are, you just like, yo, nah, it don't work like that, right? So now let's get into item number 2. Let's move on to the next, right? The second cheat code. After you learn about how, you know, having knowledge of self, now you got to have self-respect. And what do I mean by self-respect? Well, you got to respect yourself. You got to have dignity about yourself. You know what I'm saying? And this kind of works in tandem with reciprocity. And really, this is the key with women. Reciprocation, right? You show your interest, they respond to your interest, right? In other words, you show your interest, you set a date, right? You set the date, they make it easy. You get on the gate, you have a good time. You invite her over to your place. What she does, she come over to your place, right? You seduce her. You guys become intimate. You become one. You have sex or whatever, right? You can do this on a casual level, or you can develop this into a relationship, maybe into marriage or something like that. It all depends on what your agenda is. But when you pursue a woman and she responds to your pursuit favorably, she reciprocates it. She returns your phone calls promptly. She returns your text messages promptly. She hits you up, you know, half the time, more than the time, right? And really, you know, after you have sex with a woman, especially after the second or third time, you want the woman to do most of the pursuing anyway, because women's nature is all about, you know, bonding and nurturing, and, you know, they're the ones that want the relationship from men. You see what I'm saying? Women are the gateway to sex, but men are the gateway to relationships. You see what I'm saying? So relationship is the woman's department. If she wants to be exclusive with you, let her bring that up, not you. You see what I'm saying? You want her chasing you. You want her to see you as a prize ultimately, because believe it or not, women want to feel as though that you are the prize, that you are somewhat, you know, a catch. And this is what it's all about. You being a catch is a high value man. All right. So anyway, self-respect, reciprocity. You know, you pursue, she responds. You don't chase. Because if you chasing something that's running away from you, that means she's avoiding your phone calls. That means she's ghosting you. That means she's avoiding you. That means she's pushing you away. That means she's not responding to you favorably. She's not making it easy. She's giving you excuses. She's flaking on you and all that other kind of bullshit. You see what I'm saying? You don't chase a woman. You attract women. You pursue, they respond. And you attract women right here. It starts in the mind. And once you have what you want in your mind and it starts to manifest in your reality, as a side effect, by default, you're going to attract the women. That's pretty much it right there. You see what I'm saying? Now, so you got knowledge of self, you have respect, which is basically reciprocity and dignity, right? Self-respect, and you got to love yourself, self-love, right? Man, let me tell you something. I love myself. And you got to be selfish when it comes to self-love. Bro, you got to love yourself. And how do you love yourself? You spend time with yourself, man. Know what you're about. Get into your hobbies. Throw yourself into your goals, your ambition, your drive, your purpose. You came here to be great. Do some great shit. Live life, travel. You know, experience the world, talk to people, socialize. You know, love. Because anyway, basically when you come together with a woman, you know, you're both there to give, right? You're giving protection. Basically, she's returning that with, you know, nurturing and love, and you know, she's just going to be a good asset to your life, a compliment. She's going to help you to bring in money, things like that. You see what I'm saying? It's a even exchange. See, a lot of you guys don't have women you don't give women any requirements other than sex. You know, you're just going off of her beauty, off of her aesthetics, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? But I keep telling you, like I told you in my book, that pussy is not an asset, right? Yoni, a vagina, is not an asset. If you look at it just face value, look at it for what it is. It's just it's a sexual organ. It's genitalia. It's pleasurable. It's a benefit, but it's not an asset unless she's selling it and you're paying for it. It becomes her asset. You see what I'm saying? But if you're paying for it in a transactional way, it's your liability. So did you get that? You see what I'm saying? So when it comes to self-love, you realize that you're the prize. You realize that you're just as valuable. You realize that you're worthy. You realize that you have a lot of self-worth. You realize that you don't have to come out of your pocket. You realize that women are not a liability to you, that they're an asset, and you require that of them. You see what I'm saying? So these are basically the cheat codes of being a high-value man. Knowledge of self, self-respect, which is basically reciprocity, and then number 3, self-love. You got to love yourself. How the hell are you going to love yourself and you chasing someone who doesn't want to be with you? Right? You're putting all of your focus on one woman who's not interested in you. Do you really love yourself? I don't think so. She's not calling you back. She's avoiding you. Right? Every time you're with her, you got to come out of your pocket. You see what I'm saying? Because she's so toxic and solipsistic and narcissistic. It's all about her. You gotta subsidize her lifestyle. You gotta subsidize her income. Why? Because these women that you're chasing, they got the same toxic mindset and the look of the women that they idolize, like the Cardis and the Sukis and the Megans and all that. If they subscribe to that bullshit, bro, leave them type of toxic women alone. You know what I'm saying? The fans only chicks, the strip club chicks or whatnot. Yeah, they sexy, whatever, they fun or whatnot sexually. They gonna blow your mind and do all that, but bro, they toxic. They gonna listen. Those type of women are basically this part of the African proverb. It goes, the lowest calling of a woman is to separate a man from his soul. And what's your soul? Your soul is basically who you are, knowledge of self, right? Knowing that you're a king, that you're a god, that you a high value man. So she's separating you from that, right? Separating from your soul and separating you from the divine source. That's how that proverb goes. So when you chase these kind of women, right, they're not really interested in you, bro. Remember, those are the ones that are really hypergamous to the degree of they just trying to get into your pockets. They don't really give a fuck about you. It's all about your possessions. You see what I'm saying? So these are the type of women that are toxic. These are the type of women that are going to destroy you. Yeah, you can smash them, but that's about it. Just smash and you motherfucking pass. Or if you're a real high value man, you just avoid them at all costs. You want a queen, you want a goddess, you want an empress. You see what I'm saying? You want one that's got her shit together. You want one that's divine. You want one that's going to lead you to your soul, that's going to lead you to your source. Lead you to your soul, who acknowledges you as a king, who acknowledges you as a high value man, who supports you mentally, physically, spiritually, who lines up with you, who looks good, who smells good, who tastes good, who cooks for you, cleans for you, you know, gives you pleasure, gives you joy, who's a breath of fresh air, who's happiness, a compliment, a helper. That's what you want. You see what I'm saying? These are the cheat codes, my G. Knowledge of self, self-respect, self-love. That's all I got, man. You know what I'm saying? I was out here at work. I wanted to drop that on you guys. The cheat code to being a high value man. Hey, that's all I got. I'm going to holler at you boys later. I'm out. Peace.